Hey, welcome back to season 2, episode 2 of season 7, All Stars, All Winners.
We
I
gotta fix
am
that.
Joe.
That's too much.
Woo. And we have Kelly
Hey, everybody.
and OT
What's up, people?
back and ready to talk about Snatch Game. And not only was it one Snatch Game, it was 2.
And not only was it one good Snatch Game, it was 2 good Snatch Games.
Exactly.
And again, even the people that struggled a little bit were still good.
They were still fun.
Yeah. Because usually with Snatch Game, there's those moments of anxiety where you're like, oh, they're bombing so bad,
Was season 14.
Yeah, exactly. Where everybody was just not good.
Right? How interesting is that? Right. Went from the worst Snatch Game ever to quite possibly the best Snatch Game ever.
It is the best Snatch Game. There hasn't been a Snatch Game ever where all the queens had funny moments.
Yep. No, that's true. There's always been at least one or two that are just flatlining.
Yeah.
For sure. So was there anything from the very beginning? No, they just got right into it, right? Right into
they immediately just started going right into preparing their characters. And for me, there wasn't much from the workroom to discuss.
No, the only thing that I just want to call out is I love when Trinity was talking about doing Satan, and Rue's like, I'm excited to see her, and Trinity's like, them. Excited to see what them are going to do. I loved it. I was like, okay, Trinity, I'm here for you. Let's do it.
That was similar to Raja in the first episode being like, it's thou.
Yeah, it's thou. Yes.
Loved that as well.
Yeah. And also, I don't think we talked about it too much in the previous episode, but Shay blocked Trinity from getting a badge.
Oh yeah, we sure did skip that.
Yeah, and I thought it was very nice to hear Shay's reasoning behind why she blocked Trinity, and given the episode, it was a good pick. So Shay, you picked correctly.
Well, in some ways, it's a little easier because your excuse can always be like, "You're my biggest threat. You are the best," right? And
right.
you have to take that as a compliment. There's even though you're disappointed, it's also a big compliment.
Right, it's a kiss in the slap.
Yep, kiss in the slap. All right, well, let's just jump into Snatch Game, the first round with all our amazing queens.
Okay, so let's go with the first half.
Yes.
All right, first Snatch Game. So we're going to start with Monet as Mike Tyson.
Fantastic. The makeup, it looked like young Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
And a gay Mike Tyson at that.
Yes.
Loved it.
A spot on choice from Monet. This was because I saw Mike Tyson. She looked like Mike Tyson.
Sounded like Mike Tyson. Behaved like Mike Tyson. I loved how she kept correcting people with the wrong word.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tyson still to this day cannot say lots of words properly. And that was it was fantastic.
It was her best snatch.
Yeah. Did anyone catch the ear moment?
Yeah, when she was eating the ear.
Eating the ear. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was really, really quick.
Yeah.
But,
and Rue was like, wait.
But I'm glad that they showed that. But that Mike Tyson was phenomenal.
For all of y'all who don't know about the ear, Mike Tyson is notorious for biting off Evander Holyfield's ear in a fight. Yes. So, look it up.
Evander Holyfield kept headbutting him, and the referees were not calling it out. And Mike Tyson got really frustrated. And at one point, he got very close to him and ripped his ear off with his teeth.
As you do. And then Raja was next to Monet. The thing about Raja's, both characters really, but this one especially, the artistry of the makeup and the outfit, and to do a puppet where you looked 100% like a puppet, like that was a puppet, and even how she moved her body in a way that looked like someone was controlling her. Yeah, that was so well studied. so well done. I know vaguely of Madam. I know vaguely of it, but you didn't even have to know much to know that she was killing that.
It was next level. I vaguely remember the character as well, but I love the attention to detail. I love the smartness behind the like comedy. I love the line, the summer diamonds. It's a dad joke, but I loved it. None the same. It was really, really good.
And then Vivian, the Vivian was Joanna Lumley. I didn't know either of her characters.
Really?
Someone.
I know
Ab
Joanna
Fab?
Lumley, but not Catherine Tate. I don't think.
Joanna Lumley was from AdFab.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. I do know the show. I'm a sucker for the Vivian's accent, so that's probably why. But I do think this did get a little tinge of like one note with the Chanel joke. She tried to do it again like a second time, but she was also one of those ones where in this first round she didn't get a lot of airtime, so we didn't get a full picture of how well she was doing because she didn't get a lot of the camera time in this one.
And it's hard to come back from Trump.
That's from that. Yeah,
she's clearly a good character actor, but yeah, that Trump was incredible.
Yeah. Who was next?
Satan.
Honey.
Hey,
girl.
Let me tell you something about how hot Satan made me. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard every time Rue said Satan, my body was prepared to laugh. And I was not let down a single time.
I am so surprised that nobody has done Satan yet. What a good choice, because you can literally do whatever you want.
Anything.
You can do whatever. And that's the best kind of character, because you can be yourself. You can be silly. You can do whatever. You don't have to be anything. And
to make Satan gay.
Yep, exactly.
Super gay. Okay.
The only critique, a tiny one, is that I do think she missed a little bit of an opportunity with the Lil Nas X video joke. She rallied and got it, but it was great. What a good choice! Like, so smart.
And it was the little details, the fact that Satan had big muscles but was wearing those dainty little white gloves.
Yeah.
The fact that it's Satan and he had this super effeminate, girly, super, soft, not at all menacing voice.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you liked it, because I was worried, OT. The first couple that we talked about, you're like, yeah, and who's next? Yeah, who's next? But then now you're like, okay, so you were just saving all
well, no, I wasn't saving, but like you all were saying all the good things. Like all the things you were saying were the things I was thinking. I don't need to go back and be like, yeah, what Joe said, right? You said it. So no, you all had
like
all
the validation.
Yeah.
And then we moved down to the bottom row, starting with Natasha Lyonne, which was spot on for Natasha Lyonne.
It really was.
Very hard character to do.
The look, the voice, the mannerisms, the amazing callback to But I'm a Cheerleader, which was such an important film for me as like a young queer person.
We watched it on movie night.
Yeah, we did.
Such an important film, and like the funny callback of not quite knowing the title, What did she say? Don't tell mom the cheerleader's gay or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Don't tell mom I'm a gay cheerleader. Yeah, it was nuts.
And where did she find that wig? That wig was like perfect for Natasha.
It looked like she just scalped her and she just wore it.
I can see Natasha right now.
Right.
She's okay.
Was this the one? Was it her, Natasha Lyonne, where she made the joke about being a top and bottom, and like Jada topping?
Yes,
yeah, like a couch.
Yes,
or like a 4-year-old moving a couch. Yeah,
I wrote it down here because I was dying, like a 4-year-old trying to move a couch.
Yeah. Next is Evie with Rico Nasty.
I did not know this character, so I didn't know how she was doing, but Rue chuckled a couple times and the other queens chuckled a couple times. I chuckled a couple times. The end.
I think this is like a case of everybody was so phenomenal. So like being good, it made you look bad, but it was good.
Right. It was good. It was passable.
She was in the moment, and honestly, she can't do worse than Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and then we had another social media person, Elsa Majimbo.
yep.
Who
Now, see, here was a case where I didn't know the person, but I immediately became interested because she did such a good job. I'm like, I need to follow this person. I need to watch this person.
You do. I follow her on TikTok, and so I already knew, and I felt like, oh, I'm in the know finally. So spot on.
And I like that Shay was able to banter, like when Evie was throwing the money, and she was like, "I will take this and feed a whole village."
Exactly.
It was funny.
Yeah,
then we had Jada with the most ridiculous print.
I absolutely loved it. This is very reminiscent, but not as successful as her look over there moment.
Totally.
Was totally, spontaneous, and she was just
it's the same idea where it's like that has nothing has anything to do with Prince, but I'm here for it. Where you're just like,
it was so.
And she went like, when she kept going like this.
Yep, like lean back in her chair. It just worked somehow.
It was so stupid. And you know how much I love stupid.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. Every time Rue threw the Prince, I just laughed immediately. She leaned into it. She stayed committed. She never moved from that spot, and everybody was laughing. Everybody was laughing.
It reminds me of Jasmine's Southern accent from Austin, where
I'm about the bus.
Yeah, where it was so dumb, it was so bad, but she just went for it.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, that was hilarious. And same with this, where she just was unflappable. It was so good.
It was perfection. It was so fun watching that.
For me, if I had to judge that first round, Trinity hands down. Everything about that was phenomenal, and it was everything.
Yeah,
that is a winning Snatch Game character in any season.
And then I give honorable mention to the ridiculous stupidity of Jada's and the character acting of Natasha Lyonne. So those get special. Well, and the puppetry. I mean, there was a lot of good
yeah,
stuff.
there was so much.
But then Mike Tyson, it's just like it was.
Yeah, the two I laughed at the most were Prince and Trinity. But again, the only person who was not great was Evie. Everyone else was great. Evie was good. Everyone else was great. And then Satan was phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, if you are anything from an A- below this season, I feel like you're going to look bad.
Yeah,
because everybody is bringing it.
And that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. There were all A pluses and a B.
So let's get into round 2. So then the top left first person was
Catherine Tate.
And I'm just not going to say anything until the end because I'm going to have a lot to say at the end.
Okay, we're going to go through. Catherine Tate, do you guys know who that is?
No idea. I thought it was funny. I love when anyone from a foreign country who's in America makes fun of the fact that we can't understand them.
She was doing that on purpose. Just being like mumbly and ridiculous
and speed talking. And I love that. I love that because Americans are notorious for not learning other people's languages, coming into their country and expecting everyone to speak and understand them. So when other people come to our country and give us a little bit of that, it just makes me happy. And I thought that was hilarious for me.
And I like the makeup. I mean, I like that it was a vast difference from what she was the first time. So I thought it was pretty impressive that she was able to lean into both characters. It was it was good.
And then who was to the right? Who was next? Boogeyman?
Oh, baby. Let me tell you something. When they showed Evie at the beginning of the first episode, I said to myself, when did Evie get handsome as a boy? Like something is happening here with Evie. Like Evie looks like really appealing, like sexually appealing.
He had the least amount of work done.
Probably.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
that boogeyman, baby, when I tell you I went upstairs and was looking under my bed, like, are you here?
Yeah.
Boogeyman, where are you? I
Come
was in the
out.
closet, like, you
Where
better
he
come out
at?
here, boogeyman. I had condoms and lube ready. I was like, where is the boogeyman?
What a like smart idea of like boogeyman as in like boogie down, disco
Yes.
fever. What a smart character.
And
It
what
was-
I liked about it is it wasn't necessarily funny. It was just entertaining, and you were just interested.
Yes.
You know,
It was
and
irreverent.
and I love like that should be Evie's like, you know, Snatch Game approach is maybe not to be funny, but to be entertaining and present.
Yep.
That's how it's done. Like
Well,
that is how you do Snatch Game.
Yeah, and when you know you're maybe not a comedy queen, be very selective about who you choose, you know, and what kind of character you choose, because it can work. You don't have to be the funniest in the room, like Joe was saying, you know, but you got to make a good choice.
Yeah.
And
that was a great choice. And I'm still hoping that the boogeyman is somewhere in my house.
Yeah. Speaking of brilliant choices,
Yet again.
Trinity as Leslie Jones. Come on, bro.
Loved it.
She already had the accent. I mean, she already has the Southern accent, right? Just going over the top with how small he is. All of her jokes about his size. And she looked exactly like him from the start. I was like,
Yeah.
Masterful. It was masterful. From the can somebody help me up to like every single thing Trinity said the entire Snatch Game as Satan, as Leslie Jordan. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And then who was next? Who was the last person on that?
Lady Chablis.
The Lady Chablis.
Lady Chablis.
Let me tell you something. I know the lady. I know the Lady Chablis. That was a perfect Lady Chablis.
Okay.
But is
I don't know her.
Is she a fictional character?
No. She is a drag trans-ish icon, because I don't know if the Lady Chablis ever transitioned, but I know that she lived as a woman all the time.
Okay.
And yeah, she's from New Orleans. She recently died. I want to say maybe 5 or so years ago.
Okay.
Icon. If you want to know who the Lady Chablis is, one of the things you can do is watch a film called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Well, that's what I thought. It was fictional.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah. No, she's not playing. She's playing herself in that film.
I thought there was a character from the book.
Nope.
Oh.
That's a real person. She's playing
the one with like Jude Law and Kevin Spacey, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen that movie. It's just been a long time, but
yeah.
okay.
I just Googled Lady Chablis. Look at the images. She looks exactly like her.
Yeah, it was perfection.
So down to the bottom row. First one was Jay Alexander from Top Model.
That was the weakest person to me.
Yeah.
For that one. And it was a good J. It wasn't a great J.
Yeah.
So again, A pluses and J's the B.
Yeah, so I used to watch America's Next Top Model.
Same.
You know this, right?
Yep.
I didn't connect the dots that this was Jay Alexander until judging. And I was like, oh, and I rewatched it again. I was like, I still didn't get it. I would say this was probably the weakest of both, in my opinion, just because I know the character, and
Right.
I get the character.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did not get enough Jay Alexander.
Right.
I would have loved if she would have talked about runway walking.
Mhm.
Right.
Or actually got up and did it. Maybe she did, and they just cut it.
Right.
But, maybe Jinx took all the time with her singing. I don't know, but
we'll get to that. And then Raja just continued with the amazing makeup
That
transformation.
Deanna Vreeland was. I thought Deanna Vreeland was alive again. I was like,
that makeup like same with the puppet. It's like she was really showing out what
Robbie Turner, take note, darling. That's how you do Deanna Vreeland. Okay,
Yeah,
Robbie Turner.
Who's that?
Is that what Robbie did?
That's what Robbie did.
Oh gosh.
Who's that? From early seasons?
From season 8 with Bob the Drag Queen. Yeah, she was forgettable.
Well, I don't remember.
Yeah, she was forgettable.
I like Robbie just because of the roller skating lip sync she did.
I liked her because she took that Vera Wang wedding gown and dipped it in red, and oh la la. But yeah, Robbie Turner did Deanna Vreeland, and it was a mess.
Oh gosh, I didn't know that's what she did.
Well, totally this one was artistry.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the accent, the face. That was Deanna.
They did allude earlier in the workroom that she was like the leader or head of Vogue early on, but I don't know much of her. But I still was like, this is incredible, and that's how good it was.
Yeah,
Raja was educating everyone.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we went on to Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, as Shanae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was another one that was like a B+ for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason it was a B+ is because if you are playing Martin as Shanae was always ready. Yeah. She was always in. She always had something to say. And she was playing a really subdued Shanae. Like, there's no way Shanae is in that situation and not jumping in more often. Like, she was waiting for her turn too much to be playing that character. Shanae doesn't wait for her turn.
But yeah, I totally agree. It's not Shanae. I got it.
It didn't go far. I got Shanae, but it wasn't all the way Shanae. Yeah. It didn't give me, like, she just didn't push it far enough.
I wanted her to like threaten to smack Rue in the face. I'm gonna smack you in your mouth, Rue.
Right.
You better give me that. Right. You better give me that match.
I will cut you out. There were so many Shanae-isms that she had time to give us that she didn't.
Yeah. Well, and those that you just listed, you could work in whenever.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to be prompted. For
right.
That. Yeah.
And like, she didn't insult anybody. Like, Shanae, she always was insulting Gina and Pam, especially like, which we'll talk about in a moment, like Judy Garland. Shanae would have been all over that. Like, girl, could you shut up? I can sing too,
or start singing with her, like,
over
the rainbow.
Yeah, like those are things Shanae would have done, and there were so many for me missed opportunities as a huge Martin fan, as a huge fan of the character Shanae. There were so many more opportunities for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So speaking of Judy, let's get into the final queen of the night, Jinx as Judy Garland.
May I have a moment with the people?
Sure.
This is for all the drag queens past, all the drag queens present, and all the drag queens to come on RuPaul's Drag Race. You will never be better than Jinx at Snatch Game.
No.
Don't try. Don't do it to yourself. Watch what she does. Do your best. You will never, none of you, ever. That's all. Oh my God. Miss Jinx.
But for everyone, you can try and be the best you can be, and you never know. Don't be defeated.
You listen to me.
You could try. You never know. You never know.
But here's how you do know you're killing it, is that the other queens can't stop laughing.
Yes.
And they have to try to hide their faces.
Yes.
Because they are enthralled by your comedy.
Right.
And they forget to even chime in or one up you or try to like steal the spotlight because they are basically just like, girl, go.
Yes.
Like, this is your stage.
And Michelle couldn't keep it together. Michelle was like, it's like Michelle was sitting back and just like being entertained, and her and Rue were just like not even on the show. They were just like, girl, that's so funny. Like, it was everything.
When she called Rue room, honey. Room. It's a set, darling. It doesn't go anywhere. Is this my camera? Dave. There's a young man out there.
The callback to Dave.
Yeah.
The callback to Dave. I lost my shit.
But that's how you grab onto your moment, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, with Snatch Game, they ask you questions. Okay, what was your answer? Flip over your card, back and forth, back and forth. But she was like, I'm gonna go and do whatever I want, right? Basically, like, I'm gonna carry out my moment and the spotlight's gonna remain on me for as long as they allow it. And everybody was enjoying it, so they allowed it. And so she just was like, okay, are we halfway through? It's about time for me.
And my favorite joke was when she said, I felt like I should have given an answer that was filthy, but if you want a filthy story, I was like, oh. it was good. It was a good filthy story.
It was everything.
Yeah.
It like when you talk about greatest Snatch Game ever, if it's not followed by Jinx Monsoon as Judy Garland, you're a liar.
A liar. Yeah.
You're a liar. That's what you are.
And I will say it was very interesting. You know, she made a comment about like Liza, how she fed Liza with the you know, steak sandwich, you know, with pork chops. And there are people like, wait, Liza's her daughter? And I was like, oh, I need to go. I need to go home.
Yeah.
And then I told Corey about that, and he was like, I didn't know about that till recently. And so I'm just like,
we're old, y'all. We're old.
I need to stop. These people don't know shit.
No. Also, she must have had that microphone with the cord with her. Like, where did that even come from?
That when she kept pulling that cord. Oh my! Have you ever seen Judy Garland perform?
Not with that kind of microphone. No,
she does that.
Amazing.
Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I will be able to watch that and feel better.
You should do a comedy tour just as Judy Garland. Like, I would go to that. I would pay money to go where she emceed and was like the main star of the show, like a kind of dinner theater, right?
I would do a one-woman show. Jinx is Judy.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Jinx. By the way,
is great.
You're welcome for that. Jinx is Judy. Call me. I'll take some copywriting credits on that. Thank you.
She could steal the Oscar from Renee Zellweger with that performance.
Mm-hmm.
That was
and amazing. I read somewhere that she got permission from a well-known Judy impersonator before she did this. I need to look her up to see who that is, but it was nice. You could tell this was a character a person very dear to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, Judy Garland seems to fit very much in Jinx Monsoon's realm. So love to see it. It was a joy to watch and experience. I just love the category for the runway walk, the pleather principle.
Yes.
I love Janet, so I loved it.
Yeah. Two thumbs.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the runway.
So let's start with, of course, Mother Rue.
Oh, I love the hair.
You guys like the hair?
Yes. I love the hair.
Me too.
I would wear that wig. And I would rock the shit out of it.
It was too circular for me. It's too circular. It just makes it look like you have a circle head.
Well, she does have a circle head.
I know, but I even wrote it down because I was just like, this wig is too circular.
Kelly, we don't often disagree, but
I know.
You
we'll have
saved
to
the
disagree.
fights for me.
I'm with OT on this one.
Yeah, sometimes listen. The tables have turned. This season's going to be crazy.
Season 2 of Condone Yourself.
The tables have turned.
When friends become enemies. I mean, of course she looks gorgeous, right? I mean, she is stunning.
She's mother. This is your mother going to the PTA meeting to let the other mothers know, bitch, I still got it. Right? Like,
don't fuck with her.
Right. Like, this is, I love it.
You better sign her petition.
The look was everything. This woman, right?
Goddamn, Monet.
This
I didn't know.
That one right there. Let me tell you about this brown leather couch, bow, muscle queen, finger wave fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there
when
you go with all them adjectives. If Monet is now bringing 2 looks already that I thoroughly enjoyed, we in for a good season. Monet came with good looks, y'all. She came with good looks. I love a gown with muscles, with abs. Love it.
It would still be gorgeous if it was just like kind of a normal silhouette up top, but to add the rippling muscles just elevates it to something else. It's like, it's camp, it's drag, it's phenomenal. And I know, like, we were getting on her in the performance for like the pussycat wig, but this short wig works.
This
like,
how you do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, this for me was the best look of this episode. I absolutely adored it, and I can't believe I'm saying that about Monet Exchange.
There you go.
No shade, but this is a great look. Good job, girl.
Yeah,
proud of you.
It's amazing. Next up was Evie Oddly.
I don't think I liked it. I even watched it back, and it's just too phony looking to me. I don't know. Like, the wig looked like you inflated it.
It is.
Yeah.
I thought it was a plastic look, not a pleather look. That's what I got from it. And her makeup looks beautiful. I actually like the color and the idea behind it, but I didn't get pleather, and it just looked plastic. This pleather principal look was unpleasurable.
Raja. Oh, this was so sexy to me.
Oh, thank you, Raja. I love this look.
Raja's gorgeous.
Oh,
gorgeous in drag, gorgeous out of drag. Yeah. This face beat to the gods. I mean, just so gorgeous.
The red on the blue, and then the little patch of red exactly where it should be. It's so gorgeous. It's so retro, but also very like chic and futuristic. It's Raja.
I know it won't match, but I would wear this coat with Rue's wig and have a field day.
You can pull it off.
I mean, I don't care what anybody think. You can't tell me nothing. And
I would still say you had a circle head, but
no, it does. Hell, they used to call me watermelon head in kindergarten, so circle it is. I can live with that.
And level up.
but you couldn't tell me nothing in Rue's wig and this damn coat.
Yeah.
Next up is Trinity the Tuck, who I apologize for this screenshot, but she kept opening her mouth like that. And I kept trying to get a better picture, but it was just not happening. And this was the best one I got, Trinity. I apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah, not my favorite look.
It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
This was not my favorite.
Yeah, it's not a great outfit. I didn't love it. I thought it looked great on her body, but again, I'm also looking at Trinity's body, right? Who's gorgeous. So anyway.
She like cotton candy.
Yep.
I love cotton candy, so maybe that's why I'm.
It looks like one of those bags you buy to put your plastic bags into.
Also, these are again trans pride colors, and you all are being critical of them. So
did I say something about the colors?
Just putting.
I didn't say nothing about the colors. I said it looked like cotton candy.
That's all I'm saying. This bitch, the Vivian.
Now
Can
this
we get
looks
into
like a
those
pleather
shoes?
look. So
Yeah, can we get into the boots though?
And
I don't know if I
again,
can get into those.
the face, the face and the wig were impeccable and so good for this outfit. The very like just kind of short bob was perfect choice for this outfit. I loved how dramatic. This was a kind of a callback to the shoulder
Shoulder
pads
pads.
challenge of
Yep.
last season where they wanted people to go this big and dramatic, right?
Yep.
And she was serving it. But you still didn't lose any of the shape of her body, you know.
Not a bit. You can still see her body.
Yeah.
Her waist is still snatched. The hips are still right. The legs look amazing in those boots. Those boots are crazy. You could put a drink on those boots, like, and the hat,
Yeah.
right? Like, let's not ignore the hat that she probably didn't need, but just kicked it over. Just kicked it right over the top.
Georges, these are shoulder pads.
Take note.
Honey. This. So every critique we gave about Evie Oddly, this is the opposite, right? Like, this is where you look at something. If I see this dress in any other material, personally, I think it's hideous. But I think the pleather just completely elevates this. I think it makes it so interesting. You don't like it, Kelly?
I think it's still hideous.
I love it. Especially in I think the pleather turns this into something interesting. It gives me like sexy old school domination. Like I love it. It's interesting.
No,
Yeah, so let me see what I wrote here. So I said gown by pleather, color by Deja Sky, silhouette by Cinderella's evil stepsister. So the only thing that saved this look was the fact that it was in pleather.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I just said that. If this wasn't pleather, this would not be interesting. The pleather makes this interesting.
But see, I don't think it's interesting. I said the only thing that saved it, the only good thing is that it's pleather, but I don't care for it.
No.
I just don't care for it. I think I don't like the hair color even with the outfit.
The hair I don't
been.
What? Is she always gonna do red? Is that her thing? And she'll never not
always red.
Well, then choose a different outfit. It did not work for me. It's a no for me, dog.
Jada Essence Hall. Loved it. Loved the hair. I love the throw to blade / the Matrix. I thought the makeup was gorgeous. That coat, I want it right now. I want to walk around everywhere with it, just watching it flow behind me. She looked amazing to me.
I agree. Loved it. She's just amazing. She fit the category. And I will say this is my top 3 look. Easy.
Yeah.
You know, with Raja and Monet. Come on, Jada.
Yeah.
It was badass. She looked badass. I mean, this was, and wore it with confidence in that way where you're like, you are a superhero, you know, like you are a badass. This was amazing.
Yeah, she looked like she could jump off of a motorcycle or out of an airplane in that outfit. Like, it's gorgeous.
She could be the female Blade.
No, yeah, it's totally giving the incredibleness of the opening scene of the original Matrix with Trinity, where she takes on all of those people and like goes up that wall and does the backflip. Iconic. That is what this is giving me. Amazing.
Yes. And then finally, we have this fantastic cat suit by Miss Shea Coulee. I would have hated this if it wasn't covered in graffiti. If this would have been all black or even all white, I would have thought, meh. This is very sexy. It was a good day for Shea on the runway with this.
No, I didn't like it. I don't think it's a bad outfit. Okay, I guess I should say that. I need to see this in person because it's not reading. I see paper mache, and the headpiece looks a
Wait,
little
paper
like
mache Kool-Aid?
there we go, paper. There we go, paper mache Kool-Aid. I feel like the hat or the headpiece is a little ill-fitting. It looks a little off. It seems like DIY. And I don't know if it's the graffiti. I don't know if it's the fact that I don't see pleather anywhere. I have no idea, but I need to see this in person because I'm giving Shay the benefit of the doubt that this is in fact sickening. I just can't see it from my television screen at home or, this. I just don't see it.
If you are looking to co-host a podcast, please call me. Thank you.
You leaving?
So we have the runway. We get it
Wait,
down.
Kelly, what'd you think of this?
I was on the fence. It was not my favorite either.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about the top 2 selection for this week?
It was absolutely correct. It was absolutely correct.
It didn't matter the runway.
Yeah. It was like if anybody except Trinity and Jinx ends up in the top 2, I call shade. I pretend I'm going to not watch, and then I watch anyway.
The only thing, and this is me thinking like logically and putting equal weight to all characters and putting them in like, combination. How did the queens do with both characters? Sure. I would have understood if Raja was also in the top 2 because I thought both of her characters were fully realized, fully present, and fully entertaining. But I just couldn't see Jinx or Trinity not be there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could make sense with Raja. That's the only thing.
But see, here's where I get what you're saying, but the reason that it was not anybody except Jinx or Trinity for me is because while Raja's Deanna Vreeland was entertaining, it wasn't funny.
As funny.
Both of Trinity's characters were funny.
Mm-hmm.
Both of Jinx's characters were funny, and they were entertaining. So I think Raja's Deanna Vreeland was really entertaining, and it was good, but it wasn't like those were knee slapper funny characters. The 2 characters from Jinx and the 2 characters from Trinity.
So the lip sync this week was Rumor Has It, and
I love that song so much.
They both are really funny and did a great job.
Except Trinity did not know the words. Again, Trinity. Twice.
I honestly think Trinity's real lips are moving slower than her filler lips.
That could be it. It's throwing it off.
I think that's what it is. She needs to get those timing. That timing right. I also don't like how they cut the song because some of my favorite parts they kept cutting. I was like, wait. Where you at?
Yeah, they were choosing some really interesting places to edit.
Yeah. But I thought Jinx did a good job.
Yeah, I thought Jinx won the lip sync.
It's a great song selection for Jinx too.
Yeah.
So
Jinx is one of those people, and I forget who we talked about last season, who was really good at it, who can take anything and make it funny. Right? Like because she lives the song. Mm-hmm. Right, sort of like Monet lives the song when Monet performs. You can tell this person is familiar with the song, they know what's coming, and they're prepared, and that's what Jinx does. And so I think
you know the lyrics very well. You know when to make funny jokes or mannerisms, right? So you're hitting all of that. You're not worrying about the lyrics because you already know them. That was great. And so what we missed last episode is then Jinx gets the opportunity. Well, so Trinity is blocked. Poor Trinity. Yeah. From getting her pin. But Jinx gets the rhinestone plunger.
The platinum plunger is what they're calling it, even though it's gold colored, girl. Yeah. And she gives it to Shay.
Smart.
Justifiably. Shay is the most threatening person in this competition right now.
Well, and Jinx knows that.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that.
I'm worried for Shay in this competition. I think it'll be easy for everyone to just keep targeting Shay. So she's just going to have to be on her game.
Yeah, she's going to have to win.
Yeah, every week. Kind of happy at least like Snatch Game is out. So, she has a better chance at winning other things. But yeah, I'm a little worried for her.
It's that time. Condos and condon'ts.
I guess my condon't is Jinx, stop telling people your fucking strategy.
I think that is the strategy, though.
No,
people think they know.
No, that hasn't worked for anybody in All Stars.
Every
time you tell people like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for the strongest," even though it makes sense, you're a target. So Monet already been through this with Manila. And guess what happened to Manila? Out. Yeah. What happened to Morgan McMichaels? God, no, I fucked up her name. That's
it. Morgan McMichaels.
Woo! What happened to her? Out. All right, shut up. Okay.
Yeah.
Quit telling people you're trying. They ask a question, be like, "Oh, I don't know." Be like Judy Garland. Be a little confused.
Yeah, I would say my condon't was Evie's Rico Nasty's choice. I think it just was a little bit of a miss. Again, a B. A good choice, but it did not at all like hold up against who she was up against. And then also on the runway, the anime look fell short for me. So I think Evie this week was not like a condone. I feel like that's too strong. But of this caliber of competition, I think she needs to step it up.
You stole what I was going to say as my condone, which was Evie's runway. So I'll move around.
Your condone is how I responded to Shay's outfit.
Yeah. And to Jinx's outfit.
And I guess the trans colors, which are all shades of pink and all shades of blue.
Yeah.
Your condone is our transphobia.
I have lots of pink and blue in my closet.
But not that hideous shade that Jinx was wearing. Hey.
What's my? If I have to grasp at straws here, then what I will say then is I'll go back and reiterate that it was Monet's Shanae for me, because Shanae is such a well-known and beloved character from one of sitcom's greatest shows, and she just didn't push it far enough. Like, Shanae was bombastic. Shanae was in your face, and that was a really subdued Shanae. And so, again, grasping at straws. The Shanae was still good, but there was so much space for her to go bigger.
Yep. All right, condos.
Joe, you go first. Joe, you went first on the condones.
Well, that's because ain't nobody said nothing. So, I mean, my condo is Monet's ab dress. I mean, I love that look. I will remember Monet for a good look. And a great look, a fantastic look, a phenomenal look. I loved it.
All the adjectives.
Yes, can do. More of that. Do more of that, Monet. I want to see that.
Also, it's not easy to pull off brown. No. It's just not easy.
It's not even easy to pull off brown when you brown.
Yeah. It's just not a color that usually people go to. That can
wait, what do you mean? Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not easy to pull off. Period.
So you agree?
So
you agree? That was a trap, Kelly, and you fell for it. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Loved it, Monet.
Yes. Were you done with your condo, Kelly?
I didn't do mine yet.
Oh, okay. I was crazy. I'm like, wait, was Kelly doing it? It's that time of night for me.
Like, we don't tolerate racism, so you don't get to do your condo.
Well, we've tolerated transphobia, so
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all over the map tonight. I can do that. It has made me chuckle for the first 2 episodes is when they're walking behind with the plunger, and then the other queens are making little comments, or when Raja like leaned into like kiss Shay. On this episode especially, that got me was the Vivian being like, "I've got no change, love." I died. It was just they all are like saying like such funny quips, but the Vivian got me this week,
Yeah.
and I love that.
I've been loving all of the extra commentary on the stage, like talking back to the judges. That's been that's been happening a lot more this season, and I'm really loving that. My can do is for 2 different people, but for the exact same reason. It is for Trinity and Evie taking a huge risk, because when you are creating a character, that can go really well like it did for them, or it can go really bad like it did when someone tried to do Blue Ivy, right? Because when you don't know what an individual or an entity is really like, it really takes balls to get up there and make them interesting and entertaining and fun and funny.
You're
And
talking about the
the
boogeyman and
boogeyman and Satan. Yes. Like, so the can do is taking a risk at doing something that no one knows where it's going to go because there are no references, right? And then smashing it. Well, I think we have covered it. What do you all think?
nailed it. I'm so happy that we already had Snatch Game. This was so fun. This Snatch Game was so fun.
The best ever. Thank you all once again for joining us for our back-to-back double episode opener from season 2 of Condone Yourself. Please be sure to join us again as we will break down episode number 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, All Winners, season 7. And
We're not saying that all the time. There's no way.
Why not?
That is too much. It's too many words.
ASAW7.
Right.
I'm like,
be sure to follow us on TikTok and on Instagram at Condone Yourself Podcast. And as you have heard me repeat multiple times in this episode, feel free to email us at condoneyourselfpodcast@gmail.com. Until next week, we will see you then, and make it a great day wherever you eels. Bye.
Is this my camera?
Is this my camera room? All right, then.